We spend a lot of time trying to figure out who we are before we create. What's my voice? What's my message? What do I want to say? But what if that's not the right order? What if the work is the revelation? When I was starting out as an assistant editor, I remember watching the editor begin cutting a scene, calmly, quickly, confidently, and they hadn't even seen all the footage yet. They just started. And I asked her, "How do you know where to begin?" She said, "After a while, you just know." At the time, that felt impossible and not very helpful. But she was right. Because the more I worked with the material, the more I was able to build story, the more I trusted my instincts. Eventually, you start to see the scene before it's even assembled. Your story brain starts connecting things before even your hands do. And now I realize that that works in reverse too. You don't find your creative identity before you begin. You find it because you begin. There was a time when I thought each piece I wrote had to be everything. The best idea I'd ever had, the most important thing I'd ever say, the one story that would prove that I belonged here. That's a lot of pressure to put on one piece of work. And it came from fear. Fear that there wouldn't be another idea. Fear that I had one shot to get it all right. But the more I made, the less that fear struck me. Because each piece became a step towards something. Each decision, each draft, each edit, it all told me something about myself. Not just what I wanted to say, but what I believed, what I valued, and what I kept coming back to. Sometimes the only way to move forward is to make something before you understand it. A rough line, a clumsy melody, an unfinished idea. You learn from the shape that it takes. You learn from what sticks and what doesn't. You learn from the thing you didn't mean to say, but did. That's the difference between performing identity and discovering it. The first one is about control. The second one is about curiosity. So if you're stuck trying to figure out your voice, stop asking who you are. Make something, then make the next thing. The patterns will emerge. The tone will settle. The fingerprints will appear. Your voice is already there. You just have to give it enough space to be able to echo back. Have you ever made something that showed you more about yourself than you ever expected? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear about the work that surprised you. And if this gave you a little clarity or courage, please like, share, and subscribe and all that good stuff. Okay, bye-bye.